Yo, hello. This is Chris Columbus. Go by Sir Colum. Is other alias. So we'll go by Sir Colum. This is Blue Friday. We're um the suggestion is for the military people. They so we wear red usually around here for on Friday for the military. Military. Anyhow, so here we're gonna go ahead and go Blue Friday here. We're talking about uh, the Super Bowl game. We're gonna talk a little bit about two great uh, conference championship games that went down. Uh, One came out of the blue. Speaking of blue, Seahawks, who would have known they'd have been able to come back and win that game like that, rally back, um, fake a field goal, go for it for 2 points, and then come back and drive down there in overtime like that. It was crazy. All I can say for New England probably better cheat because they're gonna have to bring a lunch. Because Seattle definitely gonna have their lunch packed and ready. They're gonna have a lot of stuff packed in their lunch. So everybody already knows that much. So um, just want to say, yeah, Brandon Browner. Hey, what's up, Brandon Browner? Um, used to be a Seahawk, so we'll give a shout out to a former Seahawk player. And anyhow, I'm gonna talk while I fix a cup of coffee here. Doing this link here, um, so that I can save it and upload it later. But anyhow, so is it forbidden to ask if the Patriots were to cheat? Because they did it twice. Somebody's here. I'm gonna have to take a break real quick. I think I'll be right back. You guys can all get out. Get out. So I think as we get closer to the Super Bowl, we see that basically deflating the football is not going to become too much of a factor in Arizona. So what I want to know is if the Patriots are planning on something dirty because they did something kind of low in that championship game. It was something that they did to grab a win to make sure that they won. So they I don't know if a lot of people noticed. Brandon Browner made a comment about that, but speaking of which, he said the points said it all. The points did say something about that game, so he's right about that one. So the Seahawks Green Bay game, a little bit different story. What? Oh, fuck. I'll be right back. What's up? Don't play dumb with me. They did it. So they did it twice. Now the first time that the Patriots cheated, what they did was they were having somebody from their staff, a scout type of like person, went to the other team's sideline. They had like binoculars or something. Somehow they were triggering the signals across like a two-way radio. They were sending the signals that the other teams were doing to their sideline. So that's what they were doing back in the day before they were caught and the league figured out and stopped them. So now what they just did, they're not gonna do something unless they think they're gonna be able to get away with it. So they thought they were gonna get away with deflating the ball. So if the Patriots are going to cheat, what are they going to do? And are the referees going to be able to figure out what they're doing? Because I had some people kind of suggest that maybe they may have been cheating in a couple of the other games with the linemen. And from what I understand, they were all within regulation of doing that. So it's something Seattle could do also. Seattle's kind of a magical team, so they're really able to put it all together. I know that they're all talking a lot about they want Marshawn to get the MVP or whatever, but what they really mean is they play as a team unit. They don't play or single out people, really. They don't like to brag a lot on themselves. They like to brag on their other teammates and whatnot. So another issue that I was going to dive into was out of the people that they've got on their team, they released a couple last year. We're going to get into that after the Super Bowl. I'm going to wait on that particular question then. But my question now is, if the Patriots are going to cheat in the Super Bowl, can anybody give me good ideas on what anybody thinks they might do in a game to cheat? And they could play dirty or whatnot. So usually if a team cheats, um, they don't know if they can win or not necessarily, and sometimes they might actually think they're gonna lose maybe. But I'm sure the Patriots position they don't really know, because they have a pretty good team. Um, put it on their offense and their defense. I think that this one's going to come down to more of what the what the clashing of the Seahawks defense versus the Patriots offense is going to look like. Because regardless of what Browner or Revis or anybody says back there, Tom Brady's going to have to figure a lot out to get some things going in order to put a win against Seattle. So Seattle still plays as a team unit. What I seen in that, what I think I figured out, what they did in that conference championship game was Seattle's defensive coordinators and their offensive coordinators came up with a game plan together. They were able to orchestrate that whole comeback together. So they weren't like they didn't get frustrated, and so obviously you could tell they didn't give up. They won, so that's a factor with Seattle right there is they don't they don't have a give up attitude. And I was talking about that when I told them they can appreciate me a little bit, being their fan, because I don't give up on my team unless it's absolute they're gonna go down, and there's no hope for them. I always root for them to come back in a game like that. So that makes a game like that a little bit even more excitable for their fan, not just their fan, but a person who likes football. So very classic game. The Seahawks, proud to say, are turning into a very classy people. Um, I think a lot, like, cause I'm an older person. I'm almost 38, so I think a lot of myself, like, what can I do to like be a good role model? And they're a lot younger than me, but they have a lot to show to other people, all various ages, whatever their fans, on what they're like. They're not just true champions, but they have good attitudes, and um, I think that they are definitely people you can look up to and respect. So they have a lot of integrity as far as the game goes. They get, I know that they've been getting a lot of penalties. So I don't know if I'm gonna post this video on my web page on WordPress for a Seahawks spotlight, but I do a um, report, maybe like 2 or 3 reports once a week on the Seahawks spotlight on WordPress, and I might upload this for there. Uh, just give myself some the people there video to watch. I know I got interrupted a couple of times, but I do have a couple of topics to talk about. The main one is what the Patriots are going to do. So you know that before they took the play calls. So are they? What do you think, people? Anybody's got has any ideas? It'd be great. There's only 2 days before then, so if it comes out, anybody notices anything or anything comes out, I'll be able to add this with the link. So I'll just add a little note to it. Looking forward to. I want to see Tom Brady upset again. I want to see him. I kind of want to see him cry, but not like in a real mean way. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I want to see him patting the ground, hitting the ground with his fist. So yeah, there's a lot of I guess there's a few NFL players playing Madden right now. And that's my game, and that's actually what motivated me to do this right here, because it's kind of ticking me off. Because these people are kind of trying to act like they own you and stuff on this game. And they're pretty terrible. Some of them aren't. Some of them are really good. So they won or whatever. But everybody gets lucky. Everybody gets lucky. I've had blown out games before. My point average is 16 points a game. And basically, I got a 92 overall. I was a 93 overall. They're on Madden, but I built it up pretty wicked, pretty sick. Like I'm almost gonna have the million coins on this game unlocked, so I have the game unlocked. And when I do, I'm going to build try to build a complete Seahawks franchise on there. They're going to give you last year's cover, Sherman. Cover, Richard Sherman. That exact player right there. He goes. He comes with the million coins whenever you unlock that part of the game. But anyhow, so I'm just still doing my best. I'm doing kind of a little bit of a good job. Not getting too pissed off at people. Well, still don't get things your way or whatever, but looking forward to the Seahawks playing the Super Bowl. Last year's Super Bowl was a disaster. So we're kind of looking forward, even though it gives New England a better chance of maybe even pulling a win out of that game. I'd still rather see a closer game. But I don't even care. I don't care. Sherman goes out there. He's gonna have a baby there on baby watch. Baby, I know that baby doesn't come out in the middle of the Super Bowl. Michael Strahan, I guess, he said on his show earlier. He said his girl Sherman's girlfriend better know how to hold that baby or something like that. That's funny. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to Sherman coming up with a game plan for this one. They kind of gave him credit for last year's figuring out uh, Peyton Manning, and it's kind of funny because after he did that, they got Peyton Manning all over this game. Um, he likes to audible a lot, so I figure out how to beat him a lot of the time early on, like they did in that Super Bowl. It was a disaster. So I'm looking forward to this being a good game. As long as it's competitive, and the last thing I'll say is if Seattle waxed the doors off the Patriots and it was more than 10 points, I'd say more than 10 points, then the NFC is definitely on top. I don't know how much longer the NFC will remain the king over the AFC, or how the AFC can bounce back, you know. But that's another conversation. Also, the conferences, the clash of the conferences. So anyhow, I just wanted to kind of do this video. It's just kind of not really a BS video. I just haven't done one for a while for my fans doing this, and I'm running a new uh, broadcast on a total different stream altogether. So I wanted to see how many followers or whatever I can do with that. I'm going to narrow down the videos that I do on that and probably keep it solely about football, because I do a lot of football conversation stuff. I'm probably a pretty good person to talk football with. If you know football, you understand it pretty well. But anyways, go Seahawks, and I don't know when I'll do another video here, but I'll try and kick one out later, some other time on this new channel I'm on. Peace.